I thought it would be peaceful. I was wrong. I always thought moving into a nursing home would be the answer to my problems. Companionship, round-the-clock care, meals prepared for me, and a clean, quiet room where I could finally rest. That's what the brochures promised. That's what my children believed. And I won't lie, at first it did feel like a break. But what I didn't expect were the hard truths that no one talks about until it's too late. Living here has taught me lessons I wish I had known before I packed up my life and said goodbye to my home. This isn't just my story, it's the story of thousands of elders like me who quietly carry their regrets behind closed doors. Today, I want to share with you the 6 harsh realities of nursing home life. Not to scare you, but to prepare you, because knowing the truth might just help you or your loved one make the right decision. Truth number 1, loneliness is worse here than it was at home. One of the biggest surprises for me was how lonely I feel, even surrounded by people. You'd think a place filled with residents, nurses, and staff would be lively, full of conversation. But many of us keep to ourselves. Some can't speak. Others are lost in their own worlds. People come and go, sometimes taken to hospitals and never return. The staff is often too busy to talk. The visits from family become fewer. In my home, I had neighbors who waved, friends who dropped by, and memories in every corner. Here, I feel like a stranger in my own story. I miss the sound of the birds outside my old window. I miss my worn-out recliner and the photos on my walls. In a nursing home, loneliness is different. It's deeper. It feels like being forgotten, even while you're still here. Truth number 2, you lose more freedom than you think. Back at home, I could get up when I wanted, make tea at midnight, take a nap in the sun. Here, everything runs on a schedule I didn't create. Breakfast at 7, showers on certain days, medication rounds like clockwork. If I want to leave the facility, someone has to approve it. If I want to stay up late watching an old movie, that might disturb my roommate. I can't cook my favorite meals or choose who I live next to. Even how I dress or decorate my space is restricted. No one warned me how much of my independence would disappear. I feel like a guest in a place that was meant to feel like home. And when your days are dictated by others, it's easy to stop feeling like you're living and start feeling like you're just existing. That kind of loss, it's quiet, but it hurts. Truth number 3, you're treated like a patient, not a person. There's something that changes when you move into a nursing home. You stop being seen as a whole person and start being treated like a list of medical issues. Room 214 has diabetes. She needs help toileting. He's a fall risk. It's all in the chart, but not in the eyes of the people who care for you. I'm not blaming the nurses, they work hard. They're overwhelmed. But it's the system that's broken. Here, everything is clinical. No one asks about the book I'm reading or the stories behind the wrinkles on my face. No one remembers my favorite songs or the soup my mother used to make. I'm not just a diagnosis. I'm someone's mother, someone's friend. But in this place, I've become just another task to check off. That's the kind of emotional erosion that eats at you day after day. Truth number 4, staff shortages mean less care, more waiting. Here's a truth no one wants to admit. There simply aren't enough caregivers. I've waited over an hour to be helped to the restroom. I've skipped meals because no one remembered to bring my tray. I've pressed the call button and watched the light blink and blink and blink. It's not the staff's fault. They're running from one emergency to the next, doing their best. But when one nurse has to care for 12 or 15 residents at once, someone always gets left behind. And often, that someone is the quiet one, the polite one, the one who doesn't scream or cause a scene. I didn't expect to be afraid of being forgotten, but I am. The lack of personal attention can make you feel like you're not a priority in your own care. That kind of fear lives in your chest, It makes every day feel uncertain. Truth number 5. Your family visits, then fades away. When I first moved in, my children visited often. Grandkids brought drawings. There were smiles, flowers, even Sunday lunch together. But as weeks turned to months, life got busy. I understand, they have jobs, families, obligations. But slowly, the visits grew shorter, then farther apart. The calls became fewer. Eventually, silence. It's not intentional. It's just how the world works. Out of sight, out of mind. What hurts isn't just the empty room. It's knowing that I remember every birthday, every scraped knee, every bedtime story. And now I sit here, waiting for the phone to ring. A nursing home makes you feel like the final chapter in someone else's book. You become a memory before you're even gone. That kind of emotional abandonment cuts deep. And it's something no one prepared me for. Truth number 6, it's not the end, but it feels like it. The hardest truth of all? Moving into a nursing home can feel like the beginning of the end. Not because you're dying, but because so many things that made you feel alive slowly fade. Your hobbies, your habits, your home, they're replaced with routines and restrictions. The noise of life softens. The color drains. And even though you're still here, still breathing, it feels like a quiet goodbye to the world you knew. I thought I was moving into a place to live safely. Instead, I've had to fight to keep my identity, my spirit, and my voice. That's why I regret not asking more questions. Not fighting for alternatives. Not choosing to age on my own terms. But it's not too late for you or your loved ones. Know what you're getting into. Visit often. Speak up. Ask for more. Because no one deserves to fade away without dignity. What I wish I knew before I moved. If you're watching this for yourself or for someone you love, take this story as a gift. Not every nursing home is bad. Some are filled with kind staff, warm smiles, and real care. But many fall short. And the truth is, once you move in, it's harder to move out. Before you make the decision, explore alternatives. In-home care, community living, aging-in-place programs. Talk to elders who've lived it. Visit facilities multiple times. Don't be blinded by polished lobbies and printed promises. Look for life, real, vibrant human life. And if nursing homes are the only choice, be the voice for those inside. Visit often. Ask questions. Advocate. Because behind every closed door is a person like me, still hoping to be seen, still longing to be heard. Let's make sure none of us grows old feeling invisible. That's what I wish I knew before I moved in.